And let's talk about our other new addition to the game, a new tool, the throwing axe. So we have a bunch of stuff for this as well. This is going to be a new tool, so not a new weapon, but a tool. So you'll be able to equip it in your tool slot. And you will carry 2 axes when you purchase it, but it also can be picked up again, just like the arrow was or the throwing knives in the game. This will also come with a new supporting trait, which we will show you in a second, and it will unlock via the combat axe progression after the event is over. So you can go into the book of weapons and look at the progression with the combat axe, and you will be able to find the throwing axe there. So that's how you will unlock it after the event is over. So it's not rank based like the bow basically, but progression based in the book of weapons. And the store price will be $60 for this weapon.
Yeah, what's really interesting about the throwing axe is that it kind of sits right between, for example, the heavy knife and the throwing knives, because it is on one hand it's actually still a quite decent melee tool. So it has power, it has even more power than heavy knife, but it's balanced through the amount of stamina it takes. So it's not a very economical weapon. Like it's similar to how we balance the knuckle knife versus the dusters versus the knife versus the heavy knife versus the throwing knives. Now we have one more as part of this family, right? So the idea is that it's about being good at certain things and being a bit weaker in other things, and it's down to you, to your choice on how you want to combine them. So people can bring the throwing axe as their like melee tool of choice, as long as they realize that maybe against a pack of hellhounds or several grunts, they might be in trouble because they run out of stamina before. But then again, you can still throw them. So you might be able to just like melee 2 of them, and then you throw the 2 axes like at the 2 others. And if you're good, maybe that's good enough. It's for you to experiment with this. It's for you to try this out, and it just gives you a chance to play with it. Obviously, the throwing axe is better against specific AI than and weaker against others. So let's have a look at the videos and see how this plays, because I think it's really, really interesting. So yeah, just basically aim. As you can see, like it has a much stronger fall off. So at distance, it's not as easy to hit than, for example, the throwing knives, but just like with those, you can pick them up and use them again. And I think just that select animation alone just makes me want to pick that probably every time for the next 4 weeks at least.
And you can see that it couldn't penetrate the metal surface, only the wood.
Yeah. So it kind of only sticks to the 2 surfaces that it can attach itself to.
Actually, talking of that, I've seen some questions about the arrow as well regarding penetration. Yeah, so the arrow is working like the crossbow bolt. So they stick to like non-metallic surfaces, and obviously they stick to limbs and body parts, and whatever you've already trained to consider for the bolts is applying here as well. So don't expect it to stick into metal sheets. That makes sense. And here, meanwhile, we can see the melee with the axe, like you mentioned. The light melees and the heavy one. And the tired one. So this basically, exactly. So again, like depending on how you go about it, you will be able to maybe even like kill like 2 grunts next to each other. So let's just see how this all plays out a little bit in gameplay. So this is actually using the legendary version, the Tomahawk, which is really nice. So you can see like kill just like 2 with 1 heavy strike, kill the other one, but now your stamina's out. So you could kill those 4, but if there would have been a 5th grunt, you would need to take a tired attack. So again, it's balance of damage versus stamina consumption versus capacity, like how many you have, etc. So it should sit very nicely in the melee tool system, and then it's down to you to pick the one you like. And in this example, you could also see that you can pick them up after throwing them easily. Yeah, like the armored stake, for example, if you hit an armored in the upper torso, like one tomahawk is enough to bring it down, which feels super satisfying, I must say. So like if you want to have like the heavy hitter, then the tomahawk or the throwing axe is for you. But I mean, the moment there's more enemies coming, you better quickly pick up that thing, otherwise you might be in trouble.
So you can throw with no stamina, just like the throwing knives, but it obviously consumes stamina as you throw as well. So you're still kind of impeded a little bit by it because you cannot do the melee attack so quickly.
That's so satisfying to kill an armored with one hit, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to hit him. You have to hit him like square in the chest or the back, right? Like, so the moment you hit the shoulder guard, like the bony stuff on the big arm, like it just embeds himself in there and just keeps on coming. Then you definitely need to use the second one, and then let's just hope there wasn't a second armored around.
And what about Concertina Armors? I've seen in the chat.
So Concertina Armors will probably take like one more to bring down, but try it out. You will be able to test it all and unlock it and have fun with it when the event starts tomorrow on live service.
Exactly, and we've seen some PvE action, but let's look at the PvP. Wow.
So I was asked to show this because it took him so many takes to record it, and I think it's pretty amazing. So you can see it from the other side as well. So like it's very satisfying if you hit someone at that distance. Just like being able to score that kill. I mean, you've seen it, and you probably got like really excited when you saw the videos that we released, right? Like where like you see the Wayfarer, I think was it, one of the natives, like rampaging and throwing that thing around, destroying that one team, and you can really do that also in game here.
I feel like this poor red shirt died in every video so far.
Yeah.
Oh, poor. Oh.
Right
redemption.
Yeah. Obviously, this is just Fricadella that wants to show that he killed someone with it. That's why he wanted me to show the video. No, it's actually some very good fun.
Oh, that would be really scary to get killed like that, to be honest. Like something flying in your face. Oh.
Yeah, good fun. You guys will have so much fun with this on the event and then also after the event. So really curious to see how this will spice up the gunplay specifically, and how many people will bring it, how many people will go after the people who bring it, and how many people just in general like engage with that stuff. So servers are ready. We are ready. Tomorrow will be the day.
Let's go. It's very soon. And we have a trait for the throwing axe as well, we mentioned earlier. So it's called Assailant, which I actually, before, when we prepared the presentation, I mistyped like 20 times in a row. But that has helped me fix it. So
you always got the first three letters right. I don't know why.
There's too many A's in that word, I feel. So this trait increases the melee damage of throwing knives and throwing axes. So it also works on throwing knives. Wow.
So this is gonna be like this is like the little cherry on top here. Is that not only will you be able to use Assailant to boost the throwing axe, but it will also have a very nice effect on throwing knife, which you guys will see as the last thing once we've shown Assailant on the throwing axe.
And the trait unlocks at rank 11, obviously after the event, as always in this case, and will cost 2 upgrade points. And let's look at the artwork. That's really cool.
I love it as well.
And
right, so you've guys seen the melee attacks on the throwing axe, and we just showed the other clips a minute ago. So let's have a look at how this looks with the trait being active.
Exactly.
So like they basically Assailant gives you custom melee animation, so like you have much different like swipes, and it just feels a bit more satisfying. Obviously, with the higher damage it does, this becomes even more of a threat up close. So there's definitely your competition to a machete. But as you can see with the stamina consumption, you still can't do that many strikes. So you better hit them.
Or take a stamina shot. Alternatively,
or take a stamina shot, yeah. Right, let's show them with the other.
For the throwing knives, we have.
Yeah, exactly.
We have it with no trait on first.
Yeah, so just to remember, so this is how the throwing knife does melee, which I think very few people might remember because it's normally not what you do. So it's like 2 times slash attacks, heavy and regular is both slash, but it's weak, and like you usually don't want to use that because it's just a small little flimsy knife. But now, like, have a look at how it looks when we put the trait in.
On. Let's see.
So with that, we basically turn it into a stab weapon. So obviously the regular attack is still very weak, but if you do the heavy attack with it, I mean, you're gonna have to hold it in order to actually project some thrust there. But it can actually stand in as a replacement for the knife, if you consider that it does consume more stamina per attack for the heavy ones. So you do get the chance now, if you are daring, to not bring a knife, but just bring throwing knives. And if you have the trait, you can kill like the occasional grunt or whatever comes your way. But you just keep in mind that there's going to be, I think it's like one attack less, so one heavy attack less you can do. So you don't want to like be caught down with your pants down by the AI when you do that. So
oh my god, it's so cool how he spins the throwing knife before the heavy melee attack. Wow.
Yeah, like the animation work that went into like all of the weapons in general, just like the love that we've seen from the character art guys, from animators, from the designers, audio people. Like everybody has been pouring so much energy into this, so I'm really happy and proud like how this all turned out. Like this is honestly like an amazing piece of work for all the new weapons, the traits, and then just add like this amazing event around that. And I think this is just a winner package. I'm really excited like to get the ball rolling tomorrow and then play with you guys.